Hello everyone, and welcome to my British Royal Family official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Lord visited to see the country's most northerly central area refinery in front of his Scottish summer occasion. Ruler Charles had the option to enjoy his energy for whiskey as he visited a refinery for a unique visit today, as he gets ready for his most memorable Scottish summer at Balmoral as ruler. In John O'Groats, Costa Caithness and the Castle of May, where Charles has previously spent his holidays, His Majesty paid a visit to Scotland's most northern mainland whisky distillery. The Lord showed up wearing his #1 customary Scottish passage as he gladly wore a kilt, in spite of the fact that he expected to bring an umbrella as he protected from the commonplace English summer climate. Following his visit at the 8 Entryways refinery, which saw him test a portion of their best manifestations, the Lord met with market dealers and their clients. Charles was welcomed by the refinery's proprietors Kerry and Derek Campbell, whose whiskey is quick to be delivered in John O'Groats starting around 1837. Join our WhatsApp community to receive the most recent royal news directly to your phone. In the MBE era, Rachel Riley admits that she awkwardly ran away from King Charles. In his finest green and blue tartan kilt, Charles had previously visited the Wolfburn Distillery in 2019 when he was still Prince of Wales. While there, he enjoyed sampling the distillery's variety of products. This month will see Charles and Sovereign Camilla have the illustrious family interestingly at Balmoral, despite the fact that it is reasonable they will remain in Burghall, their own property on the bequest, as opposed to the principal house. The royals' love of Scotland is proven and factual, with the late Sovereign Elizabeth feeling generally comfortable and loose while she was on her yearly trip to Balmoral. Try not to miss. Kate paralyzes puggoers as she strolls in with Princess Charlotte to make demand. Harry tipped to benefit from regal family's non-attendance and send off significant PR barrage. Sovereign Camilla shares the cute epithet her grandchildren have given her. Charles also is anxious to embrace Scottish legacy and culture, frequently envisioned wearing a kilt on his visits north of the boundary as he did so today. However, according to reports, his son Prince William is not a fan of the tartan dress and has refused to wear one in public as an adult despite being required to do so as a child. The Lord's Scottish designer John Sugden, proprietor of Campbell's of Beeley and holder of an imperial warrant, has said, "We would be happy to make a kilt and coat for the ruler of Ribs. As Lord of the Isles, it would perpetuate a tradition and serve as an ideal vehicle for promoting the traditional Highland attire, particularly among younger generations." In spite of being the Sovereign of Ribs, William has held various Scottish titles, including Duke of Rothesay, Duke of Carrick, Noble of Renfrew, Master of the Isles and Ruler, and Extraordinary Steward of Scotland, with some proposing he might need to underline his association with the country somewhat more. In the newspaper on Friday, King Charles braves the rain in a kilt on a tour of a Scottish whisky distillery. Prior to his summer vacation in Scotland, the king paid a visit to the country's most northern mainland distillery. By Catherine Maria Fulnell at 10:30 on Wednesday, August 2, 2023. 1414, Mary, Odd 2, 2023, 6 BUK Mark. Ruler Charles kilt. Ruler Charles overcomes the downpour, picture, Shutterstock. Today, as he gets ready for his first Scottish summer at Balmoral, King Charles was able to indulge in his love of whiskey during a special tour of a distillery. His Highness visited Scotland's most northerly central area whisky refinery in John O'Groats, near Caithness and the Palace of May, where Charles has additionally recently spent his days off. The ruler showed up wearing his #1 customary Scottish passage as he gladly wore a kilt, in spite of the fact that he expected to bring an umbrella as he protected from the regular English summer climate. Following his visit at the 8 Entryways refinery, which saw him test a portion of their best manifestations, the ruler met with market dealers and their clients. Charles was welcomed by the refinery's proprietors Kerry and Derek Campbell, whose whiskey is quick to be created in John O'Groats, starting around 1837. Get the most recent Regal news directly to your telephone by joining our WhatsApp People group. Understand Maori. Rachel Riley concedes she gracelessly took off from Ruler Charles in MBA goof. Ruler Charles. The ruler shielding under an umbrella at John O'Groats. Picture. Roy/Shutterstock. In 2019, when he was still Prince of Wales, Charles paid a previous visit to the Wolfburn Distillery. He was there in his finest green and blue tartan kilt, and he enjoyed trying out a variety of their products. This month will see Charles and Sovereign Camilla have the regal family interestingly at Balmoral, despite the fact that it is probable they will remain in Birkhall, their own property on the home, as opposed to the principal house. The royals' love of Scotland is indisputable, with the late Sovereign Elizabeth feeling generally comfortable and loose while she was on her yearly side trip to Balmoral. Don't miss Kate astonishes patrons as she enters the establishment with Princess Charlotte to make a request, Harry tipped to capitalize on royal family's absence and launch a major PR campaign, SPOTLIGHT. Queen Camilla discusses the adorable nickname her grandchildren have given her, NNSIGHT. King Charles at a Whisky Distillery. The king was given a tour of the distillery's finest offerings. Rex/Shutterstock. Enter your email address here. Buy-in. We go through your sign to give content in manners you've assented to, and to work on how we might interpret you. Based on our understanding, this may include advertisements from us and third parties. Anytime you can unsubscribe. More data. Charles also is anxious to embrace Scottish legacy and culture, frequently envisioned wearing a kilt on his visits north of the line as he did so today. Anyway, his child Sovereign William loves the plaid piece of clothing, and would not wear one freely as a grown-up, having been compelled to as a kid. John Sugden, owner of Campbell's of Beaulieu and holder of a royal warrant, is the king's Scottish tailor. He has stated, "We would be glad to make a kilt and coat for the ruler of Grains. It would keep up a custom and, particularly being ruler of the Isles, it would be an ideal vehicle to promote the conventional good country dress, especially to a more youthful age." Trending. Harry and Meghan demanding names after being snubbed for an Emmy. King Charles faces major threats from Prince Andrew. King Charles faces major threats from Prince Andrew. Meghan Markle, no longer bosom buddies with George Clooney in Hollywood, split. King Charles drinking whiskey, the king enjoying the classic Scottish tipple. Image. Roy/Shutterstock. In spite of being the sovereign of Grains, William has held various Scottish titles, including Duke of Rothesay, Lord of Carrick, Nobleman of Renfrew, Master of the Isles and Ruler, and Extraordinary Steward of Scotland, with some proposing he might need to underscore his association with the country somewhat more. Joe Little, overseeing supervisor of Greatness magazine, told The Gatekeeper, "It is interested that William has not worn the kilt as a grown-up, however he might have done as such in private. Sightings of him in rustic Scotland are uncommon. In any case, wearing a kilt in a metropolitan setting something like once would quietness his fault-finders. Others, obviously, would see it as a PR stunt." Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.